What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Efe Ajagba versus Stephen Shaw, and this was a 10-rounder in the heavyweight division. And this fight was Saturday, January 14th, from the Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona, New York. And this fight was broadcasted on ESPN. And in this fight, Efe Ajagba was able to get a unanimous decision victory over Stephen Shaw. So I personally scored this bout 97-93 in favor of Efe Ajagba. All three judges scored this bout 96-94 in favor of Efe Ajagba. So this was definitely a very solid win for Ajagba, defeating an undefeated opponent. Definitely his best win by far. Obviously we all know his one and only defeat came against Frank Sanchez, which was a fight kind of similar to this going into it. Like two rising heavyweights trying to just boost themselves up, but in this case, instead of losing, Ajagba got a very nice win. I definitely think that 96-94, 97-93, maybe even 98-92 are definitely the right scores for this fight. There was a few close rounds in there, but nonetheless, I think Ajagba definitely won. So if you were watching this fight, comment down below how you scored it. So just to break this fight down round by round. The first round, not really much happened, but I thought Stephen Shaw did good pretty early in the first, like feinting and trying to throw some combinations. Then in round number two, both had some nice jabs. Primarily throughout this fight, they were jabbing a lot, and they were really trying to stick that jab out there, trying to keep each other at bay. But in that second round, Ajagba had some nice jabs, some nice powerful jabs that won him it. Then in round number three, Shaw started to mix up combinations more, did much better, mixing it up and just really be more active than Ajagba in that round. Then in round number four, Ajagba started to open up a bit, started to throw some more right hands, started to land some nice right hands on Shaw, so that's why I gave him the fourth. Then in the fifth, this was one of the closer rounds, could have went either way, but Shaw had some nice early combinations in that round, but Ajagba sort of closed it out late with some nice big powerful jabs. But then in round number six, they had a nice hook exchange early in the round where both of them connected with hooks. Jagba's legs sort of stiffened after that, but primarily Efe Ajagba came back very nicely in that round. Even after getting sort of his knees locked out from a nice right hand, he came back nicely in that sixth round, and was just overall outworking Stephen Shaw late. Then, really, I thought that in rounds 7, 8, 9, and 10, those were clear rounds for Ajagba. He really dictated the pace in those rounds. He started to land the right hands a bit more, started to out-jab Stephen Shaw. Shaw really didn't do much from there on out, and it was primarily Ajagba, in my opinion, winning those rounds pretty clearly, so that's why I thought he got the job done here. So this goes in the question, what is next for Efe Ajagba? Obviously getting a unanimous decision victory here, handing Stephen Shaw's first ever loss. This was a very good win for him. So now he is 17-1. I definitely think these are the two opponents he could face. If everything goes well with Oscar Rivas and his health, maybe we could see him actually face Oscar Rivas. He was supposed to face Rivas at first, but Rivas had to pull out because I think he had something to do with his eye, something with that being injured, obviously. But if he can't face Rivas, we could definitely see Efe Ajagba versus Jared Anderson, a big, entertaining heavyweight clash happening sometime maybe in mid-2023, or mid of this, or like summer of this year, somewhere around there. But those are really the two opponents I could definitely see Ajagba facing. Maybe he might get a little tune-up fight in there, in between. But as for Stephen Shaw losing here for the first time in his career, this is a tough loss because it was to a fighter he was the favorite against. Even though it was seen as a pretty competitive fight, still Shaw was the favorite slightly. But nonetheless, his first ever loss, I think he's just going to go back to the drawing board, see some things he needs to work on, fix. I think he's just going to take on some lower level competition, get some nice, easy, solid wins. Maybe go to 20-1, because he's now 18-1 right now, before maybe stepping it up even more and taking on some decent level opposition and continue just moving himself back up into the rankings and getting just better overall as his career goes on. So overall, Efe Ajagba gets a very, very good win over Stephen Shaw, defeating him by unanimous decision to hand him his first ever defeat as a pro. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.